To welcome Bike Next 2026 Tata 125-111. Today we're diving deep into one of the most buzzy about Tata wheelers of 2026, the Tata Classic 125A, a bike that has sent shockwaves through the commuter segment with its retro meets modern styling, impressive fuel figures, and aggressive rumored pricing. Now, before we start, let's set expectations. Tata Motors hasn't officially released the 125cc bike called Tata 125-111, so what we're reviewing today is based on the most credible leaks and industry reports available as of early 2026. (1/2) Cars 360 plus 1. Jumping straight into design and styling. The Classic 125 is all about blending classic motorcycle cues with contemporary touches. Think, a sculpted teardrop fuel tank that evokes nostalgia, round LED headlamps and taillights for that vintage charm, but updated with modern lighting tech for better nighttime visibility. The dual-tone paint schemes ranging from military matte green and heritage blue to jet black and candy red give it a presence on the road that stands out from the sea of plain commuter bikes. Cars 360 plus 1. One of the first things you notice when you see the Classic 125 in person is its stance. It's not overly bulky, yet it carries a kind of understated premium feel thanks to metallic body panels, chromia-finished mirrors, and refined weld lines around the tank and frame. That premium vibe extends to the long, comfortable seat designed for Tata, providing a practical touch for daily commuters and weekend riders alike. Cars 360. Now let's talk engine and performance, the heart of any motorcycle story. Under that classic exterior sits a 124.7 Macron cc, single-cylinder, air-cooled engine designed to produce around 11.5 Macron PS of maximum power and roughly 10.5 Macron Nm of torque. While not earth-shattering, this output is perfectly tuned for everyday city traffic and occasional highway cruising. The 5-speed manual gearbox makes gear changes smooth and predictable, a welcome trait in this segment. (1/2) Cars 360 plus 1 real-world performance figures are still emerging, but expected top speeds around 90-100 Macron kilometers per hour, which is more than adequate for most urban and suburban riding scenarios. In terms of throttle response and low-end torque, early rider impressions suggest the Classic 125 feels smooth and confidence-inspiring, without the snappy aggression you'd find in sportier 125s, and honestly, that's exactly what its character seems to be aiming for. (1/2) By Vesh Vlog. One of the big selling points that everyone keeps talking about is fuel efficiency. Rumors and early claims suggest figures anywhere from 60 Macron km/L up to the mid-80s km/L range in real-world riding conditions, numbers that would make this one of the most frugal 125cc commuters on the road. Whether you're a daily commuter or a student running errands across town, mileage like this could translate into significant savings at the pump. (1/2) Cars 360 plus 1. In terms of features, Tata has reportedly loaded the Classic 125 with stuff you wouldn't normally get in this price bracket. We're talking about a digital analog instrument cluster that displays speed, trip info, fuel levels, and more, and in some trims, even Bluetooth connectivity or USB charging ports for your devices. It's a thoughtful blend of classic style and modern convenience that appeals to tech-savvy riders without going overboard. IDRSS inverted question mark 1/2 Cars 360 safety and hardware upgrades include 2 Blues tires for better puncture resistance, CBS, combined braking system, or even a front disc and higher trims, and a suspension setup tuned to handle Indian roads, a telescopic forks up front and dual shock absorbers at the rear. All of this adds up to confidence, inspiring control whether you're weaving through traffic or cruising over potholes. IDRSS inverted question mark 1/2 Cars 360 now. The part most of you are curious about, a price. The Classic 125 is widely expected to launch in India with an exact showroom price range between around a superscript 185,000 and a superscript 195,000 depending on variant and features offered. That puts it right in the sweet spot against rivals like the Hero Splendor Plus, Honda SP125, and TVS Raider 125A, and if those figures hold true, Tata could steal a lot of attention simply with value for money. IDRSS inverted question mark 1/2 Cars 360. Let's break that down. At around a superscript 185K for the base model, you get a commuter-ready machine with the smooth engine, mileage-focused tuning, and essential modern features. Step up to around a superscript 195K for the deluxe trim, and you're looking at Bluetooth connectivity, more sophisticated lighting, possibly a disc brake, and dual-tone paint options that feel genuinely premium for the money. IDRSS inverted question mark 1/2 Cars 360. Before we move on to user experience and riding impressions, it's worth mentioning something crucial. Some of these figures are based on leaks and early reports, say not official Tata Motor press releases. There's still a possibility that final specs, pricing, or feature lists could change when the bike launches nationwide, so keep an eye on official announcements from Tata Motors for the most accurate data. IDRSS inverted question mark 1/2 news.tajajankari.in now. On to handling and comfort. This bike is expected to carve its niche with a relaxed strutting posture that's ideal for everyday use. The seat height and ergonomics are tuned for comfort over long distances without putting unnecessary strain on the rider's back or wrists. Fuel tank shape and rider foot peg placement also suggest an upright riding stance, which is excellent for city traffic and easy touring. IDRSS inverted question mark 1/2 Cars 360.